So this is weird. Everyone suggested doing a vlog, so this is, I guess, clip one of our journey trip before the stream. Kiki's in the shower, getting ready. I got a bunch of shit hanging out. Our PCs are off. It's weird. I should probably turn the screens off. But yeah, it's been a hectic day, as it usually is. Looking forward for the midnight drive. Traffic's gonna be easy as hell. And, yeah, we'll see you next time. It's live now. I gotta figure something out. Hey. So it's day 2. It's 8 p.m. Got up at 6 p.m. yesterday. Haven't slept since then, so that's good. I feel great, actually. Post-drive, doing all right. Drive was great. Love you guys. Moving on. Drawing a blank. So this trip has kind of evolved. It started with us coming to see Kiki's cousin, graduation party, celebration, things like that. But it's taken a pretty heavy, grim turn, and the priorities have kind of shifted. It's not all fun and games anymore. Since Kiki moved, her family's been through some shit, and it's piled up as actual shit, everywhere. I may or may not post pictures. I might just cut this part out. But we've taken to cleaning and helping, because it doesn't matter how much you do. It's the fact that something gets done, and it starts. It doesn't have to continue at the same pace. It just has to continue a little bit at a time. And for us to try to get as much done as we can while we're here and able to is number one priority now. We've already picked up the living room a little bit, vacuumed, things like that, and they went to her brother's baseball game, and we literally took out an entire garbage bag of expired, old, unused refuse, and just build up trash. You don't think about when you use the last piece of floss and you toss it back in the drawer, and you're like, I'll get to it later. Well, there was no later. It just kept happening, years. And this is we're trying to break that cycle. This doesn't have to be a place where it just feels cramped, crowded, dirty. It doesn't have to feel that way. It should feel like a home. And we're gonna make it that way. All right, today is day 3. We've just left the house a little bit ago. This morning started with some actually decent sleep. This guy's driving on the road. Decent sleep, and then a very awkward breakfast with Kiki's father. Seems like a little bit of animosity for me, telling his children what to do. clean their room and shit. But aside from that, yesterday, after the previous recording, we got a lot done. And I mean a lot. If boxes upon boxes of garbage, several bags, lots of like actual memorabilia and collectibles salvaged and saved. It's only been like a couple hours. Like it was only one night of like vigorous cleaning, but it did a lot. Just kind of mentally and stress relieving. It got some of the burden just taken care of. Like that feeling you get before you have to do something, where it's just like real heavy, and you're just like, I just really don't want to do this, and it keeps you from doing it. At this point, that is less because it's been started. It's not difficult. We've proven that it's not insanely hard to just go, this is trash, this can stay. Finding actual shelves, homes, for all these stuff can come later. For now, it's just getting rid of the buildup,
the garbage.
Yeah, and it went well. Everything went smoothly. There weren't any huge like hiccups or heartache, and it's going well. So right now we're driving more north to the actual family event we were going to originally. Starting a stream after this, maybe. At this point, we're going to relax, enjoy the rest of our time, see family, have a good time, catch up, and then when we end up going back for Sunday or Saturday or Monday. Whenever we get back, we're going to try a little bit more cleaning.
On Sunday.
Or it's Sunday. I want to get the basement started. Because the upstairs it's down to it's down to your brother, basically. He's got to keep his room in line, keep going through it, open that closet, open all the drawers. Anything collectible, like, feel free to set out, dude, but like just getting rid of the other just broken, old, ancient just stuff that doesn't belong anymore. But if we get the basement started to a point where you can comfortably go downstairs and I don't feel like fucking Mothra is gonna try to fall out of the sky and eat my head and have its babies in my gut, I think it's a start. There is actual garbage downstairs and a lot more of it, so pulling some of that up and out is going to be the physical labor, but it's not as bad. They have a piano. There's a piano and shit. It still works. That's going to be fun to have. That's a nice like selling point if you don't want to keep it. But
no, it has water damage.
It plays music. Something I wanted. But just getting it into a movable, arrangement where you can get downstairs and actually like do laundry or, not have to take a shower afterwards. Just make it feel better. We've been tossing around the idea of getting some light bulbs from Lowe's, because the ancient light bulbs they have are yellow and dingy, and they just don't help portray a more clean environment when it's the same yellowy darkness that it always is. So getting some like daylights is going to help a lot.
You want that exit? Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, go up closer to the exit though before you hop over.
Yeah. Oh, this is that one.
Yeah.
Chat, we're doing that thing that I fucking hate. About to just cut in front of all these motherfuckers. Oh look, there's a gap. I'm gonna jump in.
Careful.
Hi, Gap. It's me. Your Thigh Lord. Hi. Okay. But that's our goal, is get some bulbs, make it brighter, in real life, and try to keep some more like positive energy flowing and hopefully it sticks. You know, best you can do is put some glue on the back, slap it on the fridge, and hope it stays. If it does, great. If it gets better and better over time, even better. But this is a preemptive, like, priming to our trip back in August. I know it's not going to get back to how it is now in that time frame, so I'm not at all worried about anything. I'm not concerned about it, but the better they keep it, the more easy time we're going to have in August. Yeah. Alright, dudes, we're almost home. This vlog is to cover today's events. Today's been fucking crazy. Excluding everything before we left. So just like the final day. So we left yesterday. So yesterday at 10 a.m. we woke up and huge discombobulation. Graham made 1,000,000 eggs, but everybody else wanted to go out to eat and nobody knew. So we ended up going out to eat. Felt really bad about wasting all the eggs. But we said our goodbyes, had a good breakfast to everybody. Drove back to Keke's mom's house. Got more cleaning done. Ran some Ethernet cables. Got her brother set up on PC. He's no PC gamer these days. He's going to look to expand his gaming library. And then that night, after getting up 10 a.m., we left. We drove out, dropped off some stuff at Goodwill, and then hit the road. Salvation Army. The drive through the night was pretty solid. Had Twy on the vocals again. Reading out chat. Keke got a good nap in. And then right around the morning is when the day started to change a little bit. I was getting pretty tired. We'd been up for about 24 hours or so. And so Keke was driving, and our car broke down. This car we're in. So today, at 11:15, 11:30, we're somewhere in there, our transmission goes out, and we're stranded on the side of the road. Called my emergency services that I have a subscription to, and that all went fine. We got a tow truck, and he was super nice, easygoing guy, just kind of chit-chatting, nothing really wrong yet. I was having a good time. It was still part of the journey, new exciting things to happen, and it's a lot of fun. So we get to the Honda dealership in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Shitwater, fuck water. And tow truck drops us off. We go inside. We're like, our car broke down. We just need to get it repaired so we can go. We got to go back to Texas. And they're like, okay, it'll be just a minute. It's lunchtime. And I'm like, lunch comes before a customer with an actual broken down car that needs to go somewhere. Okay, sure. So about 15-20 minutes goes by, and this guy pulls up in his car and just gets out, does his thing, and they take his car back. Another hour and a half maybe goes by, and we double check, and they're like, oh no, they haven't started yet. We'll know when they start. We'll let you know. And I'm like, okay, taking a while. So finally, we're hanging out outside. We've been stir crazy inside this building because it's wasting time. We wasted 3 hours now. And the lady's like, oh yeah, this gentleman's car is almost done. Our car's after his. Let's replay that back. We get there, explain our situation, sit down. 15 minutes later, this guy shows up. So he's done before we are. They did his car before they did our car. Now I'm pretty mad. So he gets in his car, drives away, he wishes us luck because we've all been sitting there at the same time, and he's just as amazed as we are that we're not out yet. And they start our car. 15 minutes go by and they tell us that, they did the full inspection and all they found was that the transmission fluid was a little high and the lady was concerned because it was clear. And, she was wondering if we'd had it serviced anywhere before or if we'd, been in any big puddles or heavy storms, things like that. And I'm like, no, it's been dry, it's been summer, it's been regular. And she's like, okay, well, we're going to flush the system and, refill your transmission fluid. Okay. So while they're doing that, I feel like I'm getting swindled and I call Ginger up. And I get the lowdown about transmission fluids and how they're supposed to be pink. So clear is not a good thing, and it's also kind of ridiculous. Not an easy thing to do, because she said that it was almost like water. Those were her words. So Ginger was trying to figure out how water would get into the tank, and that's not a thing that usually can happen at all. Fast forward to an hour later. It's been now 5 hours we've been sitting there, just waiting, and they finally get our car done, ready to go, and they tell us that we owe $137, but I have a warranty. She said that it was covered under the warranty, and then later she says the warranty doesn't cover service. Does the warranty at least cover a desk? What does it cover? An anthill if you lay it on top of it? What does the warranty cover if it doesn't cover something breaking on the car? That's what the warranty does anytime you get a warranty. If it breaks, you get a new one, or you get some money back, or it costs less, whatever. Warranty doesn't work. Fine, whatever. It's $137. I don't care. I'm mad. I just want to get to the bottom of this. And so I go out and I want to talk to the tech, because having liquid that's clear, like waterish, in your transmission is not normal. I want to know how it happened, how it can happen, what did he see other than what this cashier lady is telling me. Well, they don't go get him. They don't go get the mechanic. They get the manager of the service department. Not a mechanic, just manager. And so his car's been sailing fucking all of his garbage. He's like, well, there was this, and this is what the report says. I'm like, I know what the fuck the report says. I want to know how there was thing. And he's like, well, if it's too full. And I'm like, no, she said there was a clear liquid in there. What does that mean? And he goes, well, I don't know anything about that. And so he goes to find her, and she says, yeah, the mechanic saw it too. And so they go meet him. But they don't talk to him out in front of me. They go in the back, and they talk about it back there. And he comes back, and he's like, oh, yeah, so turns out the fluid is just clear. And I'm like, no, the fluid is red. I know this. I Googled it. I had it from another source. The fluid is a pink or red. So what's up? And he's like, well, no, it's the Honda brand fluid. And I'm like, really? Bullshit. Show me. And so he goes to find the manager of materials input, his ordering or whatever. And so she goes to the closet with him, and they bring out a brand new bottle, and they open it in front of me, and I'm reading the bottle, and I see him pour out a clear liquid. And I'm like, okay, fuck, it actually is clear. I feel like an asshole, but I'm also really still confused, because if it was clear, and the clear is fine, why did they replace it, and why am I paying for it? What the fuck is wrong with my car? And I've done nothing they've done nothing for it. All they've done is reset all the alarms on the car that went off when the car broke down. So, I've run my course. I've run out of ideas for the minute, so we leave, and I start thinking about it later, and I've got more things to talk about tomorrow with the other dealership. But I call my dealership, the one that I bought the car from, the one that I trust, because I know that they've taken care of my car, and they do the same thing every time. They take care of it in a specific capacity, every 5,000 miles. And I'm like, when was the last time I got a service? And they're like, oh, at 25,000 miles. And I'm like, okay, when was that? Oh, in May of fucking 2018. And I'm like, oh, it's a year ago. Wow. So a year ago, they may have overfilled my transmission fluid. That doesn't cause any problems. It's a little problem. It's minor. But it was still clean. Wasn't dirty, wasn't burnt, wasn't falling out, wasn't running out. Still worked fine. So why'd they replace it? Verified with them. What kind of fluid is it? Oh, it's this CVT or whatever. What color is it? Oh, it's like a clear with like a honey color to it. And I'm like, okay. That's confirmation of multiple sources that the clear is the right thing. They didn't just swap out bottles and spajoink me at the fucking shitty one. But it still leaves me at this fact that I paid for a service that I don't even think I needed because there was no reason to do it if there was nothing wrong, and they didn't figure out why my transmission just went out on the highway at 90 miles an hour. I've been up for going on 36 hours, 34 hours. It's been a long time.
Yeah, 48.
That's 2 full days. That'd be like tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
You're tired too, go to bed.
Yeah.
So, at this point I'm tired, I'm angry, we're almost home. We're gonna shower. We're gonna go to bed. I've got some nice pan shots of driving. Take a look at those. And we'll check back in after I find out, because now this is part of the entire journey. I'm going to find out what's wrong with my car from my dealer, because I need my 30,000 mile checkup that the other dealership, I wasn't going to let them do because they're fucking idiots and I need to leave. I had to go home still. So tomorrow, I'm just going to drop it off in the morning, be like, fucking rip it apart. I don't care. It's under warranty. But tell me what's wrong. And if you can't figure out why they would have done this, like go check the records on what they put in. If you can't figure out why they did this, I want my money back. Because that's some bull. So we'll see you after that. So, today is the 15th. The last recording was on the 10th. They had my car for 2.5 days. They could not find anything wrong with my car. When I got to the dealership and I explained everything that I just did a minute ago for you guys, he says to me, how your car stopped and how it was acting doesn't sound like a transmission problem. It sounds electrical. And I'm like, that's a new take. Awesome. So he takes the receipt from the visit in Shitwater, Fucklahoma, and he goes over it. He contacts them. He gets the codes from them that they were running into. They logged it. And he tries to make my car do the same thing. He drove 20 miles in my car trying to get something to happen, pushing buttons, had their snapshot computer plugged into it so that he could see real time, like if there were any hiccups in the system, anything. They found 0 problems. He went ahead and he updated all of the software in my computer. Everything. Every single piece of tech with a software component was upgraded. They did the 30,000 mile, 36.2 billion score checkup, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm not a car guy. So, car is in perfect shape. Transmission fluid looks perfect. And everything is great with the car. It's up to date. It's clean. They washed it.
And you know what he did? He didn't charge me a goddamn thing. Because do you know why? Because I have a warranty. Now, the extra inspection and all of the time they put in would have cost me something, because that's on top of like getting a part fixed when I got it fixed, or just the general checkup. Actually, like having him put in, I told him extra time into my car. Try to figure this out. That would have cost. That's not a warranty thing. That's a preventative measures, I guess, outside of general services. So that should have cost money. But because he also believed that the other dealership charging me $137 was bullshit, he cut it off. And he attached copies of my receipts and all of it. Like he did that for me. He got it approved and he did that for me right in front of my eyes. I was like, "Oh, what is this going to cost or whatever?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, nothing." And he just removed it. Manager there did it. Great. Beautiful. That's why I love it. That's why I love it. Hey, shut up. So we're at a standstill after all the updates and everything. I don't see the car having a problem, but I mean it could again. And I'm gonna take it to my dealer and it's gonna get done right. And it'll be great. I wanted to also add a quick thank you for sitting through this video. I'd love some feedback on how I do in a vlog. I don't know if is there a status quo of how you convey information, I guess. I didn't go back and get any like after pictures from the cleanings. I didn't get any extra photos from like the party and anything there. I was kind of lackluster on a lot of that. It's new, this is first try, whatever. So fight me in Minecraft tomorrow. By the time you see this video tomorrow, it actually happens. You missed it. You fucked up. I won. You lose. In any case, don't forget to do that like, comment, subscribe thing right there. Just all of that. And check me out on Twitch. Sell out. Bye.